All right, so we are on lesson 9. If your pages are numbered, it is page 28. If you numbered them differently than I did, then you might have 27, but it should be right around there. But it does say lesson 9 right at the top. This is part 1 of distributive property. So 9.1 is ways to multiply. There we go. So find each product mentally. We're still going to write a couple things down because we can break numbers apart. You've seen it before when you went over area and area models and how to find area of shapes. So we're going to talk about 5 times 100. Well, something you might know is that 5 times 100 is 500. So I have 100 groups of 5 already. I need 2 more because this is 102. So then I would have 5 times 2, which is 10. And that would then give us 510 as the overall answer. The second one, we have 5 times 98. Well, we could still go up to 5 times 100. And that equals 500. But now I have 2 less than 100. And I know 5 times 2 was 10. So if I take 10 away, we get 490. So 5 times 98 would be 490. Now I have 5 times 999. Well, 999 is really close to 1,000. And I know 5 times 1,000 is 5,000. And I'm going to take one group of 5 away because it's 1 less than 1,000. So I'm going to take 5 away. And that gives us 4,995. There are different ways you can do this. This is just the easiest. And you might even see this one written as 5 times, the parentheses, multiplying, 100 plus 2. This one you might see as 5 times 100 minus 2, or 5 times 90 plus 8, because 90 plus 8 is 98. There's different ways you might see it happening. Those are just some of them. All right, 9.2, ways to represent area of a rectangle. Remember, to find area of a rectangle, you do length times width. Length times width. So 1, select all expressions that represent the area of the large outer rectangle in figure A. So it means this whole rectangle. So this one plus this one. Everything on the inside. So we would have 6 times 3 to do this inside one. And this one we would have 6 times 2. For the whole thing, what's this whole length? Whole length would be 5. So we could also say 6 times 5 for the whole thing. So let's look at these. We have 6 plus 3 plus 2. Well, area is multiplying, so that means that can't be it. 6 times 3, which is this one, plus 6 times 2, which is that one. So that one works. 6 times 3 plus 2 more. That doesn't work. 6 times 5. Well, we said that was the whole thing, so that one works. 6 times the sum, because everything on the inside, of 3 plus 2. That one does work, because when we distribute our 6, we now have 6 times 3, because you go to the first one, bring our plus sign, and then we go to the second one, 6 times 2. This one we have 6 times 3 times 2. And that one doesn't work because we're not multiplying 3. If you multiply 3, that's volume, and we only want area. Number 2, select all That's really weird. Just a second, guys. There we go. Select all expressions that represent the area of the shaded rectangle. This one does say shaded, so that means only this stuff. So this is 4 times 7. That would be the whole thing. So it can't be 4 times 7. Is there one that says 4 times 7? There isn't. So we don't even have to worry about that. This length from here to here would be 5 because this is 2 and 5 plus 2 is 7. All right, so this one, 4 times 7. Well, we just said we can't do that because that would be too big. Multiplying 3 numbers, that gives us volume. So that doesn't work. 4 times 5. 4 times 5, that would be this small one, so that works. 4 times 7, which is this whole area, minus this little area. So that one does work as well. Remember this one, when we rewrite it out, we distribute the 4, so we now have 4 times 7. Keep our sign, and now we have 4 times 2. So this and this, they're the same math statement. This one says plus in the middle, so that one would not work. And then we have this one, 4 times 2 gives us 8 minus 4 times 7. So that one would not work because our numbers are in the wrong order, and that gives us a negative 20, which would be the opposite of 4 times 5. Next, we just have a lot of practice. Remember on the first one, how it was 5 times 98, and we did 5 times 100 minus 2. And then this one, we have 33 as our first number, and we broke out 12 to be 10 plus 2, which then gives us 33 times 10, plus, we're keeping our sign, 33 times 2. And that gives us 330 minus 66. Let me get my calculator. 330 minus 66 gives us 264. This one we're going backwards. So 3 times 10 minus 3 times 4. And we have 30 minus 12, which gives us 18. All right, so let's figure out these two. Remember here, my 33 was my first number here, and my first number here. So that means 3 will be on the outside. And then I have 10 minus 4. Okay, and then over here, I now have 3 times, and then what is 10 minus 4? Well, that is 6. For this one, we have 100 times 400ths plus 600ths. Okay, well, to multiply 100 times that, our decimal moves twice, so now we have 4 plus 100 times 6,000, or 600ths would be 6. Oh, I wrote it wrong. Okay, well, this one's just I'm going to skip a step because I forgot to write it. We would have 100 times 0.04 plus 100 times 0.06. So that goes there, which gives us 6 plus 4 is 10. Now we have to make this one. So I have 100 times, and then 400ths plus 600ths gives us 1/10. Alrighty. 8 goes on the outside because that's the outside of my fraction. Or, sorry, first number of my problem. And then I have 1/4, 1/2 plus 1/4. Half plus 1/4. All right, now we need to add these two fractions, which gives us 8 times 1/2 plus 1/4. If we convert this to fourths, we would have 2/4 plus 1/4, which is 3/4. Half of 8 is 4. And 8 times 1/4 is 2, which then gives us 6. All right, these two are going to be a little bit harder. So we have to think, what number can we multiply for both of these? Well, 3 times 3 is 9, plus 3 times 4 is 12. So 3 is my outside number, because that's the number being multiplied by everything. And I have 3 plus 4. And 3 plus 4 is 7, so that gives us 3 times 7, which is 21. All right, this next one, we have two different options. So I'm going to go with 8, because I know 8 is a factor of both of those numbers. 8 times 3 is 24. And 8 times 2, this should be a minus sign, guys. I'm sorry, because it says minus 16. Is 16. So then if I move backwards, 8, I have 3 minus 2. Which then gives me 8 times 1. Now let's double check. Is that 8? 24 minus 16 is indeed 8. We will do more practice on going from column to column and back and forth on how to solve distributive property, but that is our lesson 9, and it goes into the lesson 9 summary.